Top 25 time. Preseason top 25. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Starting off with my number 25 team in my preseason top 25. Kicking off with Tennessee, the Volunteers. Why do I have Tennessee here? Why do I have Tennessee at number 25? Because, I still believe in Josh Heupel. I still believe in a Josh Heupel-led Tennessee team. I still believe in a Josh Heupel offense, even though it's a young team or a young quarterback room, in whether it's George McIntyre or Faison Brandon. Whatever happens, it's going to be a young quarterback. It's going to be a first-time quarterback. I know it's always tough to win with first-time quarterbacks, but I'm still a believer in Josh Heupel. I'm not losing hope in Josh Heupel because maybe there's questions at quarterback. He's going to figure it out. He's Josh Heupel. He's Tennessee. He's going to figure it out. I don't have as many questions there that other people would. I trust Josh Heupel at this point. He deserves to be trusted. They're one of the most consistent offenses in college football, I would say, throughout the past few years. So they're always a good team. So that's why they're top 25 for me. Well, I can't talk right now. Number 24. 24 is another team that I think is going to be a really, really solid team. It is the Houston Cougars. Houston's one of my favorite teams outside the traditional national college football playoff conversation. Outside of that conversation, when you dive into the Big 12, Houston's one of my favorite teams. Because I think Willie Fritz and this, Houston staff have put together a really good team. A really solid team. You got Connor Wigman returning. You got the number one receiver returning on your team. You got all these things that are looking up for Houston, and I'm all for it. Houston has the potential to be one of the Big 12's biggest surprise teams, I think. I do need to see them prove that they can consistently be a competitive team in the conference, because if that happens, I think they would be top 20. I'm going to leave them at 24 right now in preseason. Number 23 is the Arizona Wildcats. Got Arizona at 23 because I think Arizona is a team that could be incredibly dangerous in 2026. Noah Fifita comes back for his billionth year in college, and I could not be more excited because I am a Noah Fifita believer. I am a Noah Fifita lover. I don't care what you want to say in the comments. I love Noah Fifita. He is going to be one of the better quarterbacks in the Big 12, and he's a sleeper pick. No one's talking about Arizona. No one's talking about Noah Fifita. No one's doing it. No one's talking about Brent Brennan and his team over there at Arizona and the Wildcats. No one's talking. I'll talk about it. I would do a season preview video for Arizona. I'm not scared. I love what Arizona could be in 2026. I would fully buy into Arizona in 2026. No doubt. No doubt. I would do that. And I have. That's why I got them at 23 in my top 25. Number 22. Number 22 is the Louisville Cardinals. Louisville is one of the most interesting teams in the ACC. They're always a contender in the ACC. And, man, Jeff Brom will put together a good offense. If you're not a believer in that, I don't know what to say. Brent Brennan is known for putting together good offenses. He's got Lincoln Kleinholz, the former Ohio State quarterback, who almost beat out Julian Sayin, a Heisman finalist, last year. So I think I'm pretty confident in Lincoln Kleinholz and what he can do for Louisville in 2025 or 2026. So that's why I got them at 22. 21, the Iowa Hawkeyes. Iowa is going to be a phenomenal team in 2026. I actually should take that back. They're not going to be phenomenal, but Iowa's going to be Iowa. Let's call a spade a spade. Iowa is going to be Iowa. That's for sure. There's certain things in life, and Iowa being a top 25 team is one of the most certain things in life. If you don't have Iowa in your top 25, I can't take your top 25 seriously. So I got Iowa at 20 or at 21. They play defense better than anyone else in the country. They're going to be an 8-4. They're going to be a 9-3 team, and there's no doubt in my mind. So that's Iowa and Kirk Ferentz at number 21. Top 20 time. Top 20. Number 20 is the Utah Utes. How about them Utah Utes? Losing Kyle Whittingham, I understand, but Morgan Scalley comes in. I think Utah is one of the teams that I think could be much better than this ranking. I think they could be a little bit better than 20th. I think you're always a physical, well-coached team. Now, again, when I say well-coached, they're losing their head coach, Kyle Whittingham, but they're replacing him with Morgan Scalley, who's been waiting in the wings there at Utah. They can travel well in the Big 12. They've always played well on the road. So I think Utah is a tough physical team. And that's why I have them at number 20. Number 19, heading over to the Atlantic Coastal Conference, we got the SMU Mustangs at number 20. SMU is a team that I'm really high on. Really high on SMU. Like, I love what Kevin Jennings is going to be in his gajillionth season as a starter at SMU in college football. I love what Rhett Lashley has put together there, returning. I mean, all the head coaching offers that Rhett Lashley had in 2026, and he chose to stay at SMU. That's saying something. Like, that is saying something about what he's building at SMU. So I'm buying into them. I'll put him at 20 or at 19. I'd put him higher. Just couldn't quite figure out where to slide them in. I could make an argument for them being ahead of this next team. What is my next team? Number 18 is Washington, the Huskies. Washington is one of my favorite potential breakout teams in 2026. Like, they could be the team where you have them on your schedule. Let's say Oregon plays them last week of the season, where Oregon's saying, all right, we're 11-1. We're going to, or we're 10-1 right now. Let's say Oregon's 10-1. Oregon's sitting there saying, all right, we're probably punching our ticket to the Big Ten championship. We're punching our ticket to college ball playoff. And then we got Washington on the road. But hey, we're fine. It's just Washington. It's just Damon Williams. Just Jed Fish. And they go up there and they lose. That's what I think Washington's capable of doing. It's pulling off those upset wins where you didn't see that coming. Like, you didn't see Washington, Damon Williams pulling off a certain win against a certain team, and it happens. So I think Washington could play spoiler with a couple teams, so I got them at 18. 17. 17 is BYU. The Cougars at 17. BYU's coming off a season that kind of proved what BYU as a program can be under Kalani Sitake in the Big 12. They could be a contender. They can contend for the conference. They can contend for the playoff. So we know what they could be. They're returning their quarterback, Bear Bachmeier. So there's something to be excited about there. So there's a lot of, looking up for this team. Not a lot of, saying, I don't know about that. I don't know about this. BYU's a team where it's saying, oh, we've seen it. They're going to be a solid team. They're going to be at least 10-2. So that's BYU for me at 17. 16. 16 is the Penn State Nittany Lions. Penn State is just, they have one of the weirdest, paths to being a top 16 team, top 15 team in college football, because it's strictly schedule. Like, let's call it how it is. This is strictly a schedule pick, because their roster is probably an 8-4 roster. Let's be honest, but their schedule is a 9-3, 10-2 schedule. That's for sure. Like, their schedule is a schedule where you could see them make the college ball playoff because they go 10-2. Because they pull off a big win and go 11-1. Like, that's just a schedule thing, man. That's why they're 16. So Penn State does have a solid roster, don't get me wrong, in Matt Campbell's year one. Number 15. Number 15 for me is the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Yes, I know Brendan Sorsby's no longer there. I know that it's Will Hammond's team. I know all these things. You don't have to remind me. I covered the story. Like, we made multiple videos, half a dozen videos on the Brendan Sorsby situation. I understand what Texas Tech's going to be. I did a season preview. I dug into what they're going to be as a team. I know all these things. I know Will Hammond's there. I know Brendan Sorsby's not. But you know what else I know is there? Joey McGuire. A really, really, really good defense. A heck of a defensive line. A run game. A solid wide receiver room. I see all those things that are also there. So that's why Texas Tech is 15 for me. You might not see them as a top 15 team, but I for sure do, because they have a really solid team around them. Like, I think Texas Tech beats every single team that's behind them in the ranking. I think they beat Penn State. I think they beat Washington. I think they beat BYU. Call me crazy. I think they beat SMU. I think they beat Houston. Beat Iowa. So that's why I have them at 15. Michigan. Number 14. This is where things get a little interesting. This is where you could say, oh, well, Bryce Underwood and, Kyle Whittingham and, a run game and offensive line and all these questions that you could point at and say, well, we don't know if it's going to work. We don't know what the Kyle Whittingham era is. We don't know if Bryce Underwood's going to improve. I'm going to tell you this right now. This is a predictive thing. This preseason top 25 is predictive. I'm not saying that, this is how I see these teams now. This is how I see these. This is not how I see these teams at the end of the season. It's how I see these teams now. I think Michigan's going to be a top 15 team. I'm going to tell you that right now. Do I think they're finished top 15 at the end of the year? Maybe not. But I see them as a top 15 roster. So that's why I have them at 14. Number 13 is the Alabama Crimson Tide. This is probably the lowest I've had Alabama in a preseason ranking ever, maybe. If I'm being honest, ever. The longest I've been alive. I haven't been alive very long, but I've been alive long enough to know that this is the lowest I've ever had Alabama in a preseason ranking. That's for sure. At 13. It's, exactly why Alabama is one of the most fascinating teams, biggest question teams in 2026 in college football. Because on one hand, they have to make the college football playoff to save DeBoer's job. And the other hand, it's like, well, what's the question that, what's the solution at quarterback? And, what happens if DeBoer's gone? And what does he need to do to save himself? All these questions. And I look at it and say, it's Alabama. It's Alabama, guys. Let's not overthink this. Alabama's going to be a really good team. They're going to be a SEC contender. They're going to be a college football playoff contender. Let's not overthink this here. It's Alabama. Number 12. Number 12 is LSU Tigers and the Lane Kiffin era. This is when I went back and forth on. I was like, do I put Alabama ahead of LSU or put LSU ahead of Alabama? I went back and forth. I settled on LSU ahead of Alabama because this is one of the biggest boom or bust teams in the country. I lean more towards boom than bust. Maybe in between. Is there a happy medium? Is there, a little explosion, not a big explosion, Again, they're bringing in 40 new transfers. I hate to beat a dead horse. They're bringing in 40 new transfers. It's Sam Leavitt. It's Lane Kiffin. It's all these things. I think they're going to be okay. I think they're going to be 9-3. I think they're going to be 10-2. I think they're going to be a solid team. Do I think they're going to be a playoff team? No. Do I think they're going to contend for the playoff? Yeah. That's my take on LSU. Number 11. Number 11 is the Texas A&M Aggies. How about them Aggies? Texas A&M is one of my favorite dark horse teams in the country because of Marcel Reed. Marcel Reed, I think, is going to have a massive improved season. Ruben Owens at running back. There's all these things that I think Texas A&M is going to be really good. Call me crazy, their offensive line, they lost a lot on the offensive line. I think their offensive line's better in 2026 than it was in 2025. So I think Mike Elko is going to get this team going, and I think they're going to be a really solid team and a playoff contender in 2026. I think they're going to make the playoff. Call me crazy. Number 10. Number 10 is the USC Trojans. Lincoln Riley, Jade Mailava, all these things. This was probably the most difficult team to rank, to be honest with you. The talent, the brand, the recruiting, it's all obvious. They all have it. But the results. We don't have the results, man. We don't have the national championships. We don't have the playoff. We don't have the Big Ten championships. We don't have any of that. We don't have any of the results. So that's why I put them at 10, because it's I'm not going to put them higher. I could have easily made an argument to make them lower. I don't think they're getting higher than 10 in a preseason ranking, that's for sure. Number 9. Number 9 is Oklahoma. The Oklahoma Sooners are my number 9 team in my preseason ranking. Oklahoma's a team I think could be one of the best, one of the biggest risers in the country. I think they could be one of the teams where you rank them at a certain spot in the preseason, and then you look at them in the end of the season and you say, that team rose. That team went from 9 to 7, or from 9 to 8, or from 9 to 5. I don't know, call me crazy. I think Oklahoma's going to be a really good team and a top 10 team for sure. John Mateer, I'm buying into John Mateer. Give me a John Mateer Heisman ticket. I will buy that off you right now. I will buy that off you faster than you can say the word John Mateer. I will buy that off you. That is for sure. I'm super high on John Mateer in Oklahoma. Number 8. Number 8 is Ole Miss. The Ole Miss Rebels are number 8. Ole Miss has become one of the most, solid programs in the country. Lane Kiffin is gone. It's Pete Golding's team. I love what they have here, man. I love what they have here. I love what Trinidad Chambliss can do for this team. I love what Quan Lacey's going to do for this team. They got a solid offense. So, again, Pete Golding's the defensive guy. He's going to put a good defense on the field. Number 7. Number 7 is the Indiana Hoosiers. I mean, Josh Hoover, Nick Marsh, Charlie Becker, Kurt Cignetti. How do you not put Kurt Cignetti a top 7 team in the country? I just don't see how you do that. He's got to be. Kurt Cignetti is coming off of a national championship 16-0 season in Indiana. It's insane. We've never seen that before. Never seen that before done in Indiana. And Kurt Cignetti is a one-of-a-kind coach, and that's why I have Indiana at number 7. Number 6. Number 6 is the Georgia Bulldogs. How about them dogs at number 6? Georgia's still one of the most talented teams in the country. They got a great defense. They're always going to have a decent offense. Gunnar Stockton, all these things. But I'm not automatically assuming Georgia's going to just dominate, because I don't think they're going to dominate. I think there's going to be ups and downs with Georgia. I think there's going to be tough times and easy times. It's Kirby Smart, though. So how do you not have them top 6? Number 5. Number 5 for me is the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Notre Dame has unfinished business in 2026. They look at 2025 and you say, oh, we got snubbed from the playoffs. We got robbed out of a playoff spot. You are 100% right when you say that's Notre Dame's feeling. Now, I'm not saying Notre Dame got robbed of a spot, because I think they put the right teams in at the end. Should James Madison be in there? No. They probably shouldn't have been in there. But I will say Notre Dame's got a chip on their shoulder. Notre Dame's got the chip on their shoulder where it says, leave no doubt. That's Notre Dame's MO. That's their, punchline for 2026 is leave no doubt. Let the committee, do their selection Sunday, but make them look at Notre Dame and say, there's no question about leaving Notre Dame out. There's no, make them say, don't even think about leaving Notre Dame out. Because Notre Dame, if you're 11-1, 12-0, you're making the college football playoff, no doubt. So that's Notre Dame at number 5. CJ Carr is there and all that. Number 4. Number 4 is the Miami Hurricanes. The Canes at number 4. Miami's one of the most talented teams in the country. I could not be higher on Miami. I thought about putting them in number 3, which I potentially might do. Maybe I'll do an updated top 10. I don't know. But bear with me. I really wanted to put Miami number 3, and I would, honestly, if I could go back, I think I would do it. I'm about to talk myself into putting Miami at number 3. I might talk you into it as well. Think about this. Darian Mensah. Let's say he goes out and has a top 5 Heisman season. Yeah, boom. Mark Fletcher at running back. Let's say he goes out and has he's a top 5 running back. Close to 1,000-yard season. Maybe over 1,000-yard season, which he has the potential to do. We saw it last year. Malachi Toney. Think about Malachi Toney. Malachi Toney's only going to get better. What if Malachi Toney goes out and has a 1,000-yard season? Think about that. Defensively, what if, or let's go to offensive line real quick. Offensive line. Maybe that's where you have a question. You say, well, their offensive line's not going to be good. How are they going to run the ball and pass the ball without an offensive line? Let me tell you this for sure. Mario Cristobal is an offensive line guru. He will not let the offensive line be the dark spot and the reason this team doesn't have success in 2026. That is for sure. I mean, I am no doubt in my mind the offensive line is going to be solid. Defensive line, Hakeem Mesidor returns. Damon Wilson. Those two guys are monsters at defensive line. There's no questions there, that's for sure. Secondary looks incredible. Did I talk you into putting them number 3? I might have. I might talk myself into putting them number 1. That's how high I am on Miami. Might just be a Miami show. I'm kidding. We're not going to do that. We're national college football. Number 3. Number 3 is where it was pretty cut and dry. It's Texas. Texas is not a top 2 team. I'd love to put them top 2, but they're not. They're not. This is the year for Arch Manning. He's got to get it done. We haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen it yet from Arch Manning. We haven't seen it yet from Texas. So that's why I have them at number 3. Too many questions. Number two is Oregon Ducks. The Oregon Ducks are number 2 for me. Oregon is one of the most complete teams in college football. You got Dante Moore, Evan Stewart, DeCorian Moore. You got a great defense. Corey Parrish at defense. It's going to be one of the better teams in college football. It's an easy number 2 for me. You could make an argument for number 1. I wouldn't push back on it. It's going to be a really, really good team that Dan Lanning has in Eugene. And the number 1 team in my preseason top 25 is none other than the Ohio State Buckeyes. It is Ryan Day. It is Ohio State. It is Julian Sayin. It is Bo Jackson. It's Jeremiah Smith. It's Brandon Inniss. It's Chris Henry. It's the defense. It's just going to be an incredible team. You got Matt Patricia calling the offense or calling the defense. Got Arthur Smith calling the offense. I got confidence in both of them. So, Ohio State number 1 in my preseason top 25. Again, let me know in the comments if you agreed, if you disagreed. Just let me know. Let me know in the comments your take on my top 25. Let me know your top 10, top 5. Comment down below your top 10 teams in college football. Let me know. And let me know if you agreed with mine, disagreed. But if you're a college football fan, if you're watching this, I know you are. You're a fan of probably one of these teams. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you stay locked in with us. This is college football year-round. We do this twice a week. Full show twice a week. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're locked in.